Anyway, here with Dino Dogan at Social Slam 2013. I got a terrible voice. He's got some great ideas. And
we'll work it out.
We're talking influence and what he thinks of influence these days, what he's got coming for influence from Triberr, or you pronounce it correctly for me.
Yeah, Triberr, that's right.
And maybe a couple other questions. So Dino, how do you define influence these days?
So there's three types of influencers in my silly, stupid, simple head, right? There's a celebrity type influencer that's accessible to like very few. There's an accidental influencer on the other end of that scale, which is anyone we meet at any time of day. You can pass by a dude with a cool jacket and you think to yourself, that's a cool jacket and I'll get it for myself. And that dude just influenced you, but he doesn't even know it, right? And your friends on Facebook are a good example of that. They may influence you, but they probably are not going to even know it. And then there's the mid-tier influencers. And these are purposeful, intentional audience builders. I'm talking about bloggers, of course, right? So bloggers are the mid-tier influencers, and I think that's where the influence marketing is moving to. Those are going to be the power players over the next few years.
So what's this thing you got coming?
So looking ahead into the influencer marketing, concept, if you will. What we want to do is, if Nike wants to hire an influencer, the obvious guy that they're going to go to is someone who's huge, someone who's a celebrity. They'll go to Michael Jordan, right? They know Michael Jordan can move the needle for Nike, right? They're not going to come to you, Charles. They're not going to come to me, right? We're too small. So what we're doing with Triberr is we're enabling brands like Nike or whatever, right, to essentially create a campaign, say this campaign is going to run for 2 months, I need 100 Charleses, I need 100 Dinos, right? And I need them to execute this particular roadmap in order to achieve this goal, right? And it's a simple, like a 3-step process. Triberr recruits the bloggers, these mid-tier influencers, into the campaign. Everybody opts in voluntarily, obviously. Bloggers/influencers get compensated for it, and 100 of us, we can move the needle for Nike. While individually we may not be able to, but together we can. So I think that is the next big thing, and that's the thing that we're working on.
Well, sounds pretty cool. I've just got a question about, for this sort of thing and many others.
Yeah.
How do you keep that from just turning into another form of paid media which people don't trust?
That's a great question. And that's one of the biggest problems we've tackled and considered and still trying to figure out how to solve. But we have some good ideas, right? So Regis Philbin did a commercial for TD Bank, right? There is no connection there. It's like, why is Regis Philbin with TD Bank? What's the connection? Ashton Kutcher did a Nikon camera thing. Well, what's Ashton Kutcher got to do with cameras, right? But when Apple did it, Apple's so smart when it comes to branding, right? When Apple did it, Apple, this revolutionary brand that appeals to young people, they branded their iPad, U2 iPad, the black one, remember that?
Yep.
That made sense. U2, this revolutionary band, very different, right? Apple's Think different, U2's very different, right? That collaboration, that matchup made sense, right? So what we're doing with Triberr is when a brand says my product or my brand or whatever, the sentiment behind it is, for example, elegance. You can't match up that brand with a blogger that has 19 ads on their site, on their blog, and like a loud background, right? You have to match them with a blogger that exudes elegance in everything they do.
So you're really looking for natural affinity.
Absolutely, absolutely. If we accomplish that, we're gonna crush it. If we don't accomplish that, it's gonna fail.
Great. Well, we're here with Dino Dogan today. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Have a great
Charles.
rest of Social Slam.
Sweet.